Island of Filth by Ishrat Afshan. The summer sun was shining over his head. Martin had awakened, but he had been tossing and turning in his bed for an hour with his eyes closed. He was lost in thought about his past, present, and future. Perhaps he was trying to close his eyes from his visions of the past, present, and future, but he failed in that effort. He found himself unable to go to work. What was his life about? What was his job that made everyone feel prejudiced against his ancestors? Father, get up. Mother is asking, aren't you going to go to work today? His son broke his train of thought. Hmm, hmm. Yes, I will get up. His sentence was characterized by gloom. He had to abandon the comfort of his bed because he was not alone. There were four other persons with him, and he was responsible for feeding them. He got up reluctantly and went to the washroom nearby. Its creaking door sounded like an old person. It, too, seemed to desire retirement. But the inhabitants of his house did not allow it a moment's rest. They had their own obligations which made them use this decrepit door. He washed his hands and feet and went into the kitchen in the corner of the courtyard. His wife, Mary, was serving a cup of tea and half a slice of salty bread to everyone. She placed a slice of bread and a cup of tea before him as well. He began to eat his breakfast silently. Mary mentioned various things that were needed for the children, and he was lost in his own thoughts. What is the matter? Mary was perplexed by his indifference to her words. With his eyes full of gloom, he looked at Mary for a while and then, having a deep sigh, asked Mary a strange question she had not expected. Mary, have you ever thought about this? We are getting our children educated. We want to see them grow up as great people, but they will always be called the children of a sweeper, a filthy person. What has happened to you, Martin? Why are you thinking such things? She asked restlessly. I do not think in these terms. Mary, it is society that thinks about this in such a way. When our children have got their education and have got some employment, they will either have to keep mum about their forefathers, or if they speak about them, it will make their lives miserable. Why are you saying such things? You used to say such good things. Mary was about to finish what she was going to say when the three children came out of the room wearing clean uniforms and went out of the house saying goodbye to their parents with smiles on their faces. Mary and Martin looked at them without saying a word. Today, neither of them smiled. One's face exhibited a look of confusion, the other's silence. What is the matter? Tell me, at least. Mary was impatient to know the reason for his worry. Martin closed his eyes because of the anguish and entrusted the pain of his heart to his words. Yesterday, I was cleaning the porch of Zubair Sahib of Soldier Bazaar. Our children usually come to that porch on their way back from the school. I could not bear the fact that my children were sitting in the sun. I requested Begum Sahiba's cook to allow the children to sit inside. Mary, our children were not even sitting on the sofa. They know their social status. They were just sitting on the carpet in the TV room. After a while, I heard Begum Sahiba shouting, if only I had not had my children seated there. If only I had not heard the shouting of Begum Sahiba. If only I were deaf. Martin's face exhibited the anguish of a helpless father. Who has seated them there? Begum Zubair's voice was so loud that it felt like it was shaking the walls of the house. The cook, embarrassed, came into the TV room. Actually, Begum Sahiba, it's very hot outside. I'd seated them here upon Martin's request. He was as confused as a robber caught red handed. Idiot! You have seated these filthy children on such an expensive Iranian carpet. You could not find another place to seat them. Begum Sahiba looked like she would swallow the cook whole. But Begum Sahiba, these are very neat and clean children. The cook could not see the filth stuck to the innocent children. He stammered with surprise, looking towards the children. Fool, they may be neat and clean, but they are the children of a sweeper. Who knows how much filth is attached to their bodies and clothes? Can those who clean gutters be clean? Take them out at once and seat them outside. In future, if they come in, you will find yourself out of my house forever, understand? Begum Sahiba had spewed her venom. Martin's children looked at her innocently. They were clueless about the filth attached to their bodies, because of which Begum Sahiba was so angry. Yes, Begum Sahiba, I will do as you say. In future, I will never commit such a mistake. He took the children outside and I took them home. Mary, I did learn one thing yesterday. We do not become neat and clean even after taking a bath, and people are repelled by us. Even after we have taken a bath 100 times, they would never seat us with themselves. Have any one of them thought that if we do not remove the filth from their homes, where will they hide this filth? If we take a single day off, the odor of garbage spreads all around the houses of these people. If we refuse to clean the garbage, no one can imagine what the condition of these neat and clean houses would be. I wish to cry out and tell the whole city that we are not a bundle of filth, but your mind is an island of filth. And this filth cannot be removed by any sweeper of the world. Martin shed bitter tears, with his head bowed down, while Mary cried, leaning against the wall for support.